Now, when you get an objection, I said I'd tell you how to handle them. This is how you handle them. Say you get a guy and he's like, well, it's a bit pricey, isn't it? So you've got your objection, it's price. Now, before you handle this price objection, you need to draw out all the other objections now, because you don't want this back and forth where they say, well, it's too expensive, and then you overcome the expensive thing. And then they say, well, it's not exactly the right shape either, or whatever. I don't know what their objection is. So you want to draw them all out. So say they've given you the price objection. What you say then is, okay, so you think it's a little bit pricey, but if it was the right price, is that the only thing stopping you from taking action today? I mean, if the price was right, you'd get it, right? And that would be what I'd say. And then they're going to do one or two things. They're either going to give you more objections, or they're going to say, yes, that's right. If the price was right, I would buy this. And it's a beautiful thing to do, because not only does it draw out more objections they may have, but it also commits them to the sale if the objection is overcome. So that's the second thing you want to do. You want to get a commitment for the sale. And that is when you say, so if the price was right, you would buy this, right? And that's when they say yes, and then you overcome the price. Maybe you can drop the price. I don't know your product, I don't know your business. Maybe you've got a payment plan, whatever it is. But if you draw out all the objections before handling, then you get a commitment for the sale, and then you overcome all the objections, which is the third part. You sort of have a commitment from the customer. This is one of the 6 laws of persuasion and influence: commitment and consistency. They have committed to the sale. They have said, yes, if the price was right, I would buy. Then you make the price right, they are going to buy. They committed to the sale. Another really quick trick is the spotlight technique. And if you haven't seen the video on the spotlight technique, basically all it is switching the conversation from the script, which can be boring, to them, to their life, which is very exciting to them. So you're in the middle of the script, you're looking at them, and they're fading, right? They're headed to sleep almost. So what you would do then is look down at the dog maybe and say, what's this dog's name? He's so cute, blah, blah. Whatever it is, take the conversation back to them until you see their eyes light up and they're happy with you, they're happy with the conversation, and everybody's happy again, and then we go straight back into the script. And of course, you always use segues, and all a segue is a smooth transition from one topic or section to the next. Next thing you have is switching questions, and what it really is just switching the format of your question for the desired answer you want. Now, you can do this with changing words to change the specific answer you receive. You can change the tone to change the answer you get. But the really simple version of this is people are more likely to say yes, and people are more likely to agree. So ask the right question to get a yes. Say you're in a half-busy cafe, you've ordered your coffee, you ordered a non-caffeinated coffee, but you can't tell if it's caffeinated or not, right? They taste the same, don't they? So you turn to the guy that made the coffee and you say, mate, this was non-caffeinated coffee, wasn't it? You know what he's going to say? He's going to say yes, because he knows that's what you want, and it's the easiest way to get you out of there. And of course, there's good levels of service, and he probably shouldn't do that, and blah, blah, blah. But the fact is, humans are more likely to say yes because they know it's the easy out. And this is just an example anyway. A much better way to ask him would be to say, excuse me, this was a caffeine coffee, wasn't it? And as soon as he goes, yeah, of course it was, you say, well, I ordered non-caffeinated. People are more likely to say yes, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Nodding your head. Nodding your head with eye contact. If you were to ask that question and you did want to persuade the person you're talking to say yes, start nodding your head as you ask that question. People always will agree with you, especially if they get that body language. Remember, 67% of all communication is body language, and that's a fact. It's not a bullshit statistic. A student of mine, we were talking about this, the nodding head technique, and we were practicing, asking a question while nodding your head on the sly, because it has to be subtle. You don't want them to notice it, you want them to subconsciously notice it. And we were trying this, and anyway, he went home and he specifically tried it on his girlfriend. And it was kind of along the lines of, we're having nookie tonight, aren't we? As he nods his head. And his girlfriend was like, yeah, no. It even got her to say yes, but then she processed the question. But it works. Nodding your head as you ask a question is a much easier way to get a yes answer. Only 7% of communication consists of words themselves. 93% is body language, tone, everything else that can possibly go into communicating a message. So as far as tonality goes, really quick example. Consider this sentence, is that what you want? And whichever word you emphasize really changes the meaning of it. You could be like, is that what you want? It's saying, do you want that thing or do you want another thing? Is that what you want? It's questioning the whole motive of the person. Or is that what you want? Now we're insulting the poor guy. We're saying, are you that terrible that you want this? Right? There's no offense in the first version. Now, You could say this in an angry way, right? If you tried to say this out loud, you grit your teeth, you put your eyebrows down, make your face angry, and then say this sentence, it will come out angry. If you want to say this in a cheerful way, put your smile on your face, put your shoulders back, be happy, and watch your tone change. It's amazing how much your body language and your tone are in tune. And this is why people can really read meanings behind words. This is why people have gut feelings about you. Right? They might want to buy the product, but they've got this gut feeling that you just don't feel right. And the reason is because you're using the wrong tone. You have the wrong word usage. You might be saying it in the wrong style. Sounds pretty dumb, but if you go to a video camera and you just do a pitch to a video camera and then you watch it, you might see you have terrible eye contact. You might see your tone is wrong. Well, you'll hear that obviously. So guys, that's just some really quick tips. I'm going to finish this lesson now. We talked about comfortable silences. We talked about tie downs, objections. We mentioned the spotlight technique. I talked about switching, specifically switching questions, and we didn't go too deep into that. We just talked about switching for the yes, because people are more likely to answer yes. There's a lot more to switching questions. We talked about nodding to get the answer you need, and tonality. And this is just such a small handful of what goes into human engineering, how to persuade people to buy from you. And I think you will agree that it doesn't really matter what you're selling. This stuff doesn't change. This is Sales 101. Guys, if you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up. It helps like you wouldn't believe, guys. Karma's got your back. Like it, share it, comment on it, subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment, man. I really like the feedback. Even if you're just watching this now, if you can hear my voice, just leave a message, man. Have a little type. I just broke my computer doing that. Shit. Give us a like, leave us a comment, do what you gotta do. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of a split 2 double videos. We're all awesome. And sales. I just love sales, guys. This is my favorite topic.